there's a huge difference between a smart deficit and telling your body, I'm dying. A caloric deficit is absolutely required for fat loss. That's physics. I get it. But the size of that deficit determines how your body responds both hormonally and neurologically. If you drop your calories too aggressively, so especially into that very low calorie territory, so 800 to 1200 calories a day, which is insane, your body does not think, oh, it's summer shred season, I got to get in my beach body. It thinks, food shortage, I must survive. So here's what happens biologically. First is your leptin drops, and that's your satiety hormone produced by your fat cells. And so when calories and body fat decline quickly, your leptin falls right behind it. That low leptin signals the brain, we must conserve energy, we must get hungry. So then ghrelin rises, that's your hunger hormone. It increases when you're dieting and spikes aggressively during crash dieting. You're not weak, your body is literally telling you, you must eat. Then your thyroid output decreases. So specifically your T3, which is your active thyroid hormone. That lower T3 lowers your metabolic rate, means a lower body temp, which means a lower energy output. And then there's some other, the sex hormones, right? So testosterone declines for men, and studies show time and time again that severe calorie restriction reduces total and free testosterone. Lower test means reduced muscle retention, mood changes, libido drop, poor recovery. For women, extreme deficits can disrupt estrogen as well as progesterone in that balance, and even lead to menstrual dysfunction. So like you could lose your period. Fifth, your cortisol increases. So your stress hormone, which rises in response to the perceived threat, starvation. Chronically elevated cortisol promotes muscle breakdown and can increase central fat storage. And here's what most people miss. That crash diet reduces your energy expenditure in 4 really big ways. So first is your resting metabolic rate. That's going to drop because of the hormone changes and from losing body mass. NEAT declines. You just subconsciously move less because your body's saying use less energy. You have fewer steps and there's less fidgeting. 3, your exercise performance drops if you're even exercising. You burn fewer calories because you just can't be as intense as you could before. And then there's the thermic effect of food. That decreases as well because you're just eating less. That's called adaptive thermogenesis. And it's not a broken metabolism, but your body is just protecting itself. And then there's the muscle loss. In these aggressive deficits, without being able to get the high protein and without being able to intensely resistance train, your body increases its proteolysis, which is that muscle protein breakdown, to supply the amino acids it needs for energy and for gluconeogenesis. You lose lean mass, that lowers your long-term metabolic ceiling, and then most people rebound. When that happens, the leptin recovers slowly, your hunger stays high, and then the metabolic rate lags behind the intake. So that's why people often rapidly regain weight, and they usually even overshoot the starting point. That's why for the majority of people, very low calorie diets work short term, but fail long term. Now, let's contrast that with a structured diet, which would be 300 to 500 calories below maintenance. I usually say 10 to 20% below your maintenance, with a 0.5 to 1% body weight loss per week, intake of 0.7 to 1 protein per pound body weight of grams, resistance training 3 to 5 times a week, getting that 8 to 12K steps daily, and making sure you're recovering. That's protecting lean mass. Your hormones are staying stable, your performance holds longer, your psychology stays intact. Fat loss is not about how miserable you can make yourself. Oh, I'm hardcore, bro, because I only eat 800 calories a day. It's about creating a stimulus your body can adapt to without flipping the survival switch. If your diet feels like punishment, that should tell you something. There's a smart way to cut, one that preserves muscle, hormones, and your long-term metabolism. If you're not sure where that line is for you, that's where individualized strategy and coaching matters. Just remember, starvation is not a strategy, and biology always wins.